Welcome back to Everybody Doesn't Need a Podcast.
I'm Tiyoda.
And I'm Sharis. And by the end of this, you're probably going to want to take our mics. Did I say it right?
If they ain't took them by now.
Okay, yeah,
If
that's
they ain't
true.
took them out to Kamala's silk press.
Listen, because I still don't understand. I watched that clip over and over. If you're not sure what we're talking about, please watch the Millennial episode. You will get it. Listen.
More than what Joe deserves.
It's because you just, like, out of nowhere, you just kind of snapped. You just kind of went in on them. And I was just like, and then you said, and Miss Harris, you ain't good for nothing but a silk press. I said, oh my God. I didn't know where you were going with it. And then you took it there. And I said, oh, well, you know, if you took it there, first of all, let me say. But how was your week?
My week was grand. We saw Wicked.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen
Wicked at the D-Pack. And it was...
Wicked was so good.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was, honestly, I don't know what I was expecting because I only know like 2 songs from it. I kind of know like what it's about, but not really. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was amazing. Like, amazing. Like, I really, really enjoyed it.
How would you compare it to Wizard of Oz?
I mean, you know, I still think Wizard of Oz is the best cinematic piece of cinema ever created. So
the movie is not even good, y'all. I don't know why she's lying. Okay. It's too long.
No, it was really, really good. It made me cry. I did not expect to shed any tears.
When did you cry?
Yeah. We don't gotta talk about that, but I did cry. I did drop a tear.
Aww.
I cried twice. Definitely cried during Defying Gravity. That's just because like they just sounded so good. It just it hit me. I had chills and shit. But I cried. Like I definitely cried at the end. I cried.
What, for good?
I don't know, like the song I just cried. It was like a part at the end that just made me cry. Like knowing, well, I don't want to spoil it for y'all, but like knowing that like what we thought in the movie wasn't really true. It said they really is besties for the resties. I cried a little bit. I was like, oh, I love it. It was Jinx. Last time you said I owed you a shot, but since you're not drinking, I don't know what you owe me, so it's okay.
What do I owe you?
Skittles.
Okay, I'll get you some for Christmas.
Sponsor us, please. But so yeah, let's get into what we're talking about this week. You want to tell the people?
I'm sorry, I just got distracted by your phone notification, y'all. Somebody just texted her and said, I'm not gonna say.
It said bedtime starting now. Bedtime at 9:50, starting wind down now. That's what it said. Don't even say try to lie to these people. Girl, my future man might be out here somewhere. Don't be lying to them thinking I'm getting some raunchy texts. But speaking of men, we're kind of talking about men. Well, not really. What are we talking about?
Men. We are talking about family.
Talking about family, you know, because...
the glue that holds everything together.
Is it though?
Well, for me.
Yeah, it is. I guess, you know, somebody got to be like on the opposition sometimes. But in our introduction episode, we kind of like talked about our family. Like we've mentioned our siblings, we've mentioned our parents. But we figured it was a time to kind of, you know, delve a little bit deeper into it.
Mentioned our kids.
Oh, yeah. We talked about them. Listen, I'm the CEO and president of Team FTK, and I be forgetting sometimes. So, you know, don't ask me about nobody you don't see me with. But with all that being said, we kind of wanted to talk a little more in, like, detail, more in depth about our family, you know, talk about our family structure, what we grew up in, what we think is normal, things that aren't normal that should probably be normalized, you know, going to... how we want to break certain, like, habits that we grew up
curses.
with. And I don't even really want to call them curses, because a lot of things I don't even think are curses. I think they're just habits that our parents raised us on, because their parents raised them on, and we can just be like, yeah, nah, I ain't with that. So we'll get into some of those, too.
Okay.
But yeah, it should be kind of, you know, kind of a fun one. I like talking about my family. Like,
yeah, let's talk about your beautiful, lovely, blended family.
Yeah, so I do come from a blended family, I guess you could say.
You remember, was it 3rd grade we learned that? Blended and traditional families. Was it 3rd grade? Well, you ain't from North Carolina.
Yeah, I don't remember what I learned. Like, nuclear family.
Yeah, we learned the whole, and I was like, I'm a traditional family. I wanted a blended family.
Oh, well, I'm a product of a blended family, I guess you could say. Just quick backstory. My parents met, so my dad was in the military. He was in Germany. My mom lived over there. They ended up getting married. They had me. They came back to America. They got divorced. That's the quick version of it. Me going into the whole story is a whole different podcast, and we're not going to get to all that right now. But my mom did eventually remarry. She had 2 more kids with her now ex-husband, and that's the family that I grew up with. So my family household was my mother, me, my stepdad, and then my younger brother and younger sister. It's 5 of us. It was dope for the most part.
Yeah.
And what was your family structure like growing up?
My family was me, my daddy, my mommy, my sister, my brother. That was our, I guess what you would call immediate family. But we lived in a house with my grandmama, my cousin, a host of cousins, and my aunt. So growing up, I was always surrounded by family. My house was the house where all the grandkids came. My grandma kept the grandkids.
That sounds so
My
fun.
aunt, so it was so fun. That's why me and my cousin, and I also think that's why we're so close. Well, I know that's why we're so close, because we always all grew up together.
Yeah, so like my stepdad is from South Carolina. So when I say I'm from South Carolina, that's why I say that. I moved there when I was 4, and I moved to North Carolina when I was 16. So literally all of my formative years, I was basically raised in South Carolina. His siblings also lived there, as well as his mom. So his younger sister had 2 boys. One of them is 2 years older than me. One is 2 years younger than me, and I fell right in the middle. And I don't even think it's a full, 2 years. It's a year and a half between all 3 of us. So I, grew up with them and stuff like that. But those the only cousins that I had in the house. My dad lived in Fayetteville, North Carolina for a while. Then he moved to Indianapolis. His family's from Maryland, but all of, my cousins on his side are, adults. So I never, really grew up with them because they're all, my dad's age. So I really just consider my cousins my stepdad's, my stepdad's nephews, which are my siblings' cousins, obviously. And then my mom's, her sister's kids, they lived in Florida. So
that's what I was saying. Have you ever met your
Yeah, I've met them plenty of times. My mom has a sister that has 3 kids, and they're around the same age as me and my siblings.
Oh, that would be neat.
We've done summer vacations 2 or 3 times, but I didn't grow up with them at all. And I haven't seen them in well over 10 years. Probably 10, 15 years.
Where are they? Are they here or are they in Turkey?
No, they're in America. My mom does have a brother that lives overseas somewhere that has kids. I've never met him, never met those kids.
Oh, wow.
So,
does she talk to them?
I'm sure she does. I think she's in touch with all her siblings. But yeah, I grew up basically in the house with my brother and sister. Those were the kids that I was around all the time was mostly them. And then if we went to grandma's house, was with our cousins. I used to get a lot of trouble with them growing up. But family in-house structure was
what
really
kind of trouble?
I mean, I was one of those. Look, I was technically new to the family because I was married in, and I wanted to fit in. Oh, I definitely got hazed. I got hazed so bad.
They hazed you to get into the family.
My cousins do not like to admit it, and we be getting drunk now. We be laughing about it. They be like, "Yeah, we did do that shit." I remember my dad bought me a bike. I took my bike home. My cousins took my bike. So basically, my grandma lived right next to the projects. So it was the projects, a house, and then my grandma's house. So we used to hang out with the project kids all the time. They used to come over. My grandma had a trampoline. They used to play out there. We used to be over there in the projects, going to the candy lady house. I brought my bike home. My cousins took my bike and sold my bike for parts to the kids in the project. Oh, somebody needed a tire. Yeah, the tire came off of my bike. Somebody needed a new chain. Chain came off of my bike.
And what did you do about it?
I ain't gonna lie. It was a little snotty nose. I know he a hood nigga now. Probably was riding with pink handlebars on his bike that came from my bike with a little frilly thing and a little beep beep horn. Somebody probably even had my damn basket. They sold my bike.
What did your parents say about that?
My daddy said, I'm never buying you another bike, and if I do, it's staying with me. Then my dad moved 16 hours away, and to this day, I don't know how to ride no fucking bike.
Oh, that's why you can't ride a bike, because you let them debo you off your bike.
I didn't let them, they just did it. It wasn't nothing I can do. What my little 5-year-old ass gonna do? Nothing.
Get bucked.
And then I remember one time we was on the bus, and my cousin was like, I dare you to say this to the bus driver. And I was like, oh, I'll say it. He was like, call him bald-headed. And I was like, you bald-headed? And then he told his brother, he was like, call him stank butt. His brother was like, you stank butt. And everything he would say, we would say it.
Impressionable.
Got home, my parents ain't say nothing. I'm like, oh, we got away with it. Next thing I know, my stepdad came in there, tore my ass up. He leaves. His sister, which is my cousin's mom, came in there, tore my fucking ass up.
Girl, whoopings. I got more whoopings as a child than a slave. Forgive me, mama. My mama used to whoop my butt.
So you definitely was raised in a household that believed in spare the rod, spoil the child, because same.
Nothing was. We used to have to go get our own switch off the tree.
And don't you dare try to bring in a little ass twig.
But my mama was so I ain't gonna say trifling. My mama was so that she would wait until we're taking a bath, so we're wet.
Yes.
Coming up with that switch. And I don't even think half the stuff I did deserved a whipping. I really don't. I really don't think she would. If I cried, I would get more whippings. And that's of course I'm gonna cry. You whooping me,
right?
Like, what do you mean?
My stepdad had a belt, and the belt name was Judy.
Not Judge Judy.
It was this black leather belt and like it was like 2 prongs, and it had 2 holes around the entire belt.
Oh my God.
So it didn't matter if you was this skinny, if you was this fat, you could always wear the belt.
Really used to do this with the belt. Oh God.
But since the belt had so many holes, air would get through the belt. So when you're swinging that motherfucker, the air would get through. I used to look like a fucking Lego, bro, because I had like little welts on me, and there were 2 little dots. I'm like, bro, for no reason, because I was the kid that always got straight A's, but it was talk too much, disrespectful, don't listen.
Still,
like I mean, okay, yeah, true.
Ain't nothing changed.
Listen, I used to get beans for everything. Whatever my siblings would do, that shit's my fault because I'm the oldest. Like,
and not you took it. You took the whooping for them.
I ain't no trouble I'm gonna do. Say no, beat them instead. Like,
I don't really remember getting whooped with a belt too many times. I remember the switches.
Belts, switches, drop cords, goddamn workout, jump ropes. I have probably been hit with anything in arm's reach has probably touched my body at some point in time. I heard my mom took her heel off and chucked that bitch across the trailer. I was like, gosh. Like, goddamn, mom, love and hip hop, what is going on? Like, yes. Yeah. Everything.
Eventually, I don't remember when my whipping stopped, but I do remember when we were smaller. I used to hate it so much. What my mama would do, she would make us turn our head to the wall so we couldn't watch TV. And I'm like, I could still hear it. Like, that would be torture. That would make me so mad because I couldn't see what was going on. I'm like, okay, I know they watching Chucky because I can hear it. Oh my God. But I can't look at it. Yeah. I used to hate that so much.
I remember what I hated the most was, like, we had to, like, basically assume the goddamn position to get spanked. We had to just head on bed, bent over. And so we can't really see when it's coming. But of course you know when it's about to come. So I used to always, like, grab my butt. Still got hit, but he was already in the motion of swinging. So now my hands hit the butt.
Hit the butt.
Letting it hit your hand, it hurt like 10 times worse. So now I'm in there screaming, and now I'm being dramatic. And me being dramatic and screaming is just making it worse for myself. Cause now he adding on damn licks because I done tensed up, and I'm just like, oh my God. But looking back at it now, I don't think that shit hurt that bad.
I think it did.
I don't think it hurt that bad. I done been spanked now as an adult, and I'm like, I was being dramatic.
It probably wasn't with that kind of what kind of spanking you getting as a grown woman? Oh God.
I'm just saying, like, I have been hit with a belt as an adult, and I don't feel like it hurt as bad as I thought it did as a kid. I think it was just knowing that I was getting spanked.
You also got more cushion for the pushing these days.
Okay, I didn't mean like yesterday. Like, I'm just saying. Anyway, yes, I definitely grew up in a child rearing household.
So, since you have children, do you whip your children, or are you gonna whip your kids?
I do spank my kids, and that may be very controversial. I don't give a fuck. Like I said last time, debate your grandma. But
who's grandma?
Just whoever got an issue. But I'm definitely nowhere near as forceful as I got when I was growing up, and I don't spank in like the same way. Like, I'm more of a, like, I'm good with taking my stand on, just pop real quick, like, get out my face. I yell at my kids, like, I'm very, very like loud, and I do like yell at them, but I'd rather do that than put in like physical force on them. At this point, they gotta be like really, really, really like, I'm about to take you and just throw you into a wall. So I get my ruler. I have a ruler now that I
You popped your hands with it. What is y'all in the Catholic church?
I mean, I found a ruler one day. It's like the little plastic rulers too. So when it pop,
Ooh, it's great, girl. Yeah, when I had these kids, I'm a
no,
I'm not, y'all.
But I used to always say like, oh my gosh, since I got spanking so much growing up, I'm never gonna spank my kids. And I really did think that, but sometimes you have to just live by the mentality. If you spare the ride, spoil the child. And I don't want my kids to be scared of me, because I was definitely scared of my stepdad. Like, I lived in actual fear.
I was not scared of my parents.
Oh no, I lived in actual fear. But I don't want my kids to be scared of me, but I definitely need them to know, like, you can't do this. And sometimes just like punishing them or yelling at them or talking to them sternly just don't work. Sometimes you gotta be like, all right, I'm sick of your shit. You get the spank when we get home. But sometimes we get home, we so damn tired. They be in their room waiting for the spanking. I feel like that scared them even more. I feel like that scared them even more.
Do you think them spankings helped you?
No.
No. I don't either. And I tell my mama they did nothing for me.
I mean, they didn't even help me in the moment because
I still went and did
I still went and did
the
shit.
same thing.
just knowing.
I'm trying to think of
probably
stuff I
wasn't
got.
spanking.
Most of my whoopings came from me and my sister fighting each other. So it's like we hitting each other. Then you hitting us. Somebody need to spank you back.
Mine were either getting in trouble in school, and all of my trouble in school was basically just like talking back to teachers. Like I wasn't like a
never
fighter.
did that.
Oh yeah, I was never like a fighter. I never got like suspended for anything like that. It was just always talking back to the teachers because I don't respect authority, or just talking back to my parents, or not doing my chores, them doing like a book bag check and seeing that I was talking to boys or listening to rap music or writing love letters or hiding damn F's that I might have made on one test. Shit like that. But yeah, I used to get spankings.
Yeah. By the time I started getting in trouble in school, I was too old for a whipping, so I just get my phone to. And I got in trouble for fighting people, y'all, Jesus. But I never got in trouble for disrespecting my teachers or nothing like that. My mom and dad ain't play that, girl. Going to school to learn.
That was my number one thing. I got in so much trouble.
Learn.
I got in so much trouble growing up for disrespecting teachers. And low-key, I feel like the teachers kind of like exaggerate a little bit, but
I doubt it knowing your mouth.
I mean,
you still do that.
Yeah, I got a problem with authority. I'll get over it one day, maybe. But
but why do you think you're like that?
I don't know. I don't think I like being told what to do.
You don't.
Because I'm probably gonna do whatever it is you're telling me to do anyway. I was already gonna do it. So now you're telling me to do it, just like
make you don't want to do
it.
it.
Leave me alone. Like I'm fine. I'm chilling over here. Like cut it out. I don't know, but when I was younger, like I had a real serious problem with just adults. Like I have no idea what it was. I have no idea why my attitude was so bad when it came to adults. Like oh my God. My mom wanted me to go to the military so bad, see some discipline.
They should have put you in there. I wonder how you would be.
Girl.
You wouldn't have made it. No, they would have broke you.
No, and I would have literally hated my parents for the rest of my life. I probably would resent the fuck out of them. Like I'm actually glad they didn't.
You don't know, you might have appreciated it.
No, fuck that. Nah, not going for it.
I
not
wonder
going
what
for
type
that.
of person you would be if they would have did that.
Well, the world would never know.
Okay. Okay, aside from us getting our asses whooped as kids.
What was some like fun memories? What was some fun memories about growing up?
My greatest memories growing up. So, like I already said, my cousins, I lived with some of my cousins. All my cousins would come on the weekends. We would alternate weekends. If they were staying with us, or we were staying over my cousin Jan's house, my cousin Sweetie house, somebody's house, we was always together.
Right.
So we would constantly have cookouts at my aunt's house, the one you went to.
Mm-hmm.
We always had cookouts. We always celebrated every... We celebrated every holiday together. I loved it. That's one thing now. I look back that everybody's grown, and I'm like, dang. I used to talk to everybody in my family every day, see them every week, and now weeks go by. And I'll be like, oh, hey, girl. Yeah. It's so awkward.
See, like, the best moments of my childhood were mostly not in my household. It would be, like, during summer vacation when my dad can come and get me, and I can go to Maryland, be there with my grandma, my aunts and uncles up there. That was all wonderful for me. Like
I never went on summer vacation.
And I don't want it to, like, seem like I just lived in, like, this horrible ass, like,
that's what it sounds like.
Household type thing. Like, I had, like, fun moments, like, as a kid, but it was, like, I had a lot of fun at daycare. I had a lot of fun at my after school center. I had a lot of fun at school. I love school.
I never did daycare or after school.
Like I didn't really like being home. And it's just because my stepdad was really, really strict. I had a lot of fun at church. Like, because I used to go to church all the time. But just being in the house, he was so strict. I just knew, all right, when I come home, I got to sit at the table. I got to do my homework. If I already did my homework at school, I got to find some other kind of homework to do. I got to make sure I'm cleaning something up. Even if it's already clean, I still need to be cleaning something. I got to make sure I'm taking a shower by this time, I'm in my pajamas by this time, making sure I'm eating my dinner, making sure I'm going to the bed. But yeah, I didn't like being home, just like, stupid ass house, boring, hate it here. My friends weren't really allowed to come over, like my parents weren't on there, I couldn't really go over to my friend's house. So I would look forward to Wednesday nights so I can go to church. I would look forward to Monday nights so I could be at church. Weekends so I could be at church. I used to love going to school. I wake up early, get ready for school so I could be at school all damn day. Like I used to love shit like that. Anything that did not involve me being at home.
So anything to get you out of the house.
Cause home was just boring. Like me and my siblings, we would like kind of have fun, but they're also 4 and 5 years younger than me. So by the time we got old enough for us to really start hanging out, it was teenage, early 20s. Like growing up as kids, I don't even really remember them.
Oh.
Like, I remember them when they got like 7, 8.
How far apart are y'all?
Me and Jador are 4 years apart, which is my brother. Me and O'Dara, which is my sister, are 5 years apart.
Me and Nene are 2 years apart. And me and TT are 6 years apart.
But yeah,
I don't know how many years apart are me and Cornelius. I don't even know how old he is.
Well,
that's my oldest brother.
Then I have like a younger sister who I haven't spoken about yet in this. She's 9 years younger than me. She currently lives with me, and I feel like we're making up for a whole bunch of lost time.
Yeah, I think y'all are too.
But it's just like, I remember my siblings. Like, I remember a lot of stuff that they did when they was younger. But also, like I said, we're 4 and 5 years apart. So when my brother was 7 getting in trouble, I'm 11. When my sister's 7 getting in trouble, I'm 12. So I'm older. I'm really there. When I was like 7, and these little niggas was 3 and 4, I don't remember y'all. Like y'all ain't started existing until y'all was 8. Like, honestly, that's how I feel.
Okay.
Like,
so how's your relationship with your siblings?
We have a good relationship. We are talking more now. Like, we went like a long period where we just did not talk every day. And we still don't really talk every day, but we at least do like weekly check-ins. Mm-hmm. We have a group chat. Then we have a group chat that has our mom in it. And they love to antagonize my mom. And I don't like doing this. I don't like getting into it with her. Like, me and my mom have a really, really, really rocky relationship. And we're getting better. And I feel like as soon as we start to get real good, I'm like, finally here. Some shit happened. I'm like, oh, back at square one. But we've been real like this. Like oil and water.
Up and down.
Or up and down, oil and water my entire life. Like, it really took me being my own adult, being my own person for her to finally start coming around more, I guess. Mm-hmm. But my siblings love to antagonize her because they got a different relationship with her than I do. Like, should they be saying to her? Or should they not that they say to her, things that they talk about, like, in our group chat, I just be like, oh my God. Like, I could never. They be talking about having sex. I'd be like, just let my kids be let y'all know that I've ever had sex in my life. I don't want to talk about it.
Jesus.
And they just be open about it. I'm like, oh my God, oh, Jesus Christ in heaven. It makes me, it's weird, but it's a different dynamic.
Yeah. It seems like do you think they have a better relationship than y'all?
They definitely do. I'm my mom's biggest disappointment. I'll say that all the time.
That.
You
don't know that.
I'm very much aware. Like, I'm my mom's biggest disappointment. I'm her oldest. My mom used to, like, equate me when things would go wrong, like, in her life and her being in America. She would low-key put that shit on me because she feels like I'm the reason she's in America, which I kind of am, but that wasn't my choice. Like, I didn't say...
Girl, you didn't have to keep me.
Like...
What?
You could have took that pill that Dr. Chada gave you when they found out that she was pregnant by a black man.
Took me back over there too.
And she could have, when I was born and her and my dad got divorced, she could have took me back to Germany. She could have took me back to Turkey. She decided to stay.
So that ain't got nothing to do with you.
But as I was growing up, and she would get, like, whenever she would get into it with my dad, for some reason that was my fault. Whenever she would get into it with my stepdad, or when things just weren't going right and she just started getting homesick, it was my fault. Whenever we would argue about whatever we're arguing about, she would make sure she would let me know. Well, it's your fault that I'm here. It's not my fault. I did not. Hello, child. Did not ask to be here. Trust me. Because listen, knowing now, if I knew then what I know now, I would have made you take the pill. Just got rid of me, child. Because, woo, life is life. Don't nobody want to be here for real. Oh, no, this ain't fun. This lottery, millionaire, then it'll be fun. Right now, no, it's just not fun. But I think that aided in us really not getting along. Because I'm just like, what you blaming me for? Like, I'm your kid. Like, I'm your, like, you birthed me. You made all these decisions on my behalf. How are you mad at me? And with my siblings, she don't really feel like that. Like, my brother is her only son. He's also the middle child. And as a middle child, you're either going to be, like, ostracized or you're going to be, like, very, very, very loved. And
I was about to say ostracized.
And my brother being not only the middle child, but being a boy and her only son, like, mamas love their sons. It just is what it is.
You hear that, Gail?
So he got different treatment. And then my sister, that's her baby. My sister and my brother are 16 months apart. Like, my sister really wasn't playing, and she knows this now, but it's just like, she's kind of like my mom's, miracle child. My mom has like a totally different love for her than she would ever have for me or my brother, but the love she had for them, I didn't really get. I was more like
you the first child. You should have the most love, and that's the case.
I wasn't because she was so upset that she was stuck in. She felt stuck in America because of me, and she don't really like to admit it, but it is what it is. Like, I've moved past it. I'm just like, I've dealt with it for 30 years. Like, I get it, but yeah, that's why I say I'm her biggest disappointment. Like, because of me, her life is the way it is.
Me and my siblings. Back to the siblings. Me and my siblings are all very close.
They talk all the time.
We talk every day. There's not a day goes by. If a day goes by that I don't hear from my brother or sister, or my brother or sister don't hear from me, excuse me, 911, could you do a wellness check? I'm not exaggerating, y'all.
She's not.
We talk every day. We're so close, and I want to say, I mean, of course, it's because we all grew up together. We all lived in the house together. We all struggled together. So, in my family, my parents made it very clear to us: if you don't have nobody else, you got your brother and your sister.
Yeah.
It don't matter how many friends you got your brother and your sister. If we fought, if we fussed, guess what we had to do at the end of the night? Make up, because you still got to be in the house together. And that's how if I do ever have children, Jesus, they're gonna have to be raised the same way. Like, I want my children to be very close to each other.
Yeah, that's how I want mine too. Like, my siblings, like my brother and my sister, they're like this. Mm-hmm. But they always lived, like, they all live in the same house together, obviously. But, like, even now as adults, they live in the same city. I moved out. Like, well, like, when I went to college, like, I went to college at 18. They still had like 5-6 years of school left. Like, when I left for college, so I was already gone. I was already living a whole different life, and they were still growing up together.
Yeah, that's how
and
we
then
were.
Now they live in the same city. They see each other more. It's just I'm older, and they grew up literally. They're back-to-back grades. Like I said, they're only 16 months apart, so they really just grew up. They basically grew up like twins. Okay. So they're way closer than I am with each of them individually.
Yeah.
Now, when I was younger, me and my brother used to be really close, and we used to kind of like ostracize my little sister. But that was kind of just like a family thing. Like, we all used to just like, cause she was the baby, so she used to just like get picked on because she was the baby. It was kind of like how my cousins picked on me when I first got there, because I was like the little one. I was kind of like the baby. But they just grew their relationship, and they're just really, really, really close. Like I said, like twins. And I wasn't like that. I'm just like the older sister that
went away.
Like, I'm there. Like I've always been there for them. And they know they can call me or ask me for anything. It's never been like, oh, no, I don't really deal with y'all. Like, I love them to death. And they know if they need Sharis, call Sharis. But they're just closer with each other than I am with them.
I'm glad me and Nene didn't end up like that with TC, because he went away when TC went to the Army when I was in 7th grade. Mm-hmm. So, and I don't know. We just always kept that relationship. Even with him being gone, he went to Iraq, like y'all know we talked about that. Then he lived in Texas. And then when he came back, was I in college?
Probably.
I don't even know. I don't think I know. Yeah. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know if I was in college or not, but I moved. So I'm in Raleigh. My brother is about 45 minutes away from me. My sister is like an hour and a half from me. So we're not as far as y'all.
Yeah, because my siblings live my siblings and my mom live 3.5 hours.
Yeah, so we can still see each other whenever we want to.
But
I love that. And I do have another brother, y'all. I have another brother on my daddy's side. And he's not as close with us as we are with each other. He wasn't raised in the house. But he also wasn't raised in the house with us. So, but I still talk to him. I think I talk to him the most out of all my siblings. But that's one thing where I was like, dang, if I do have kids with different daddies, is it going to be like that? Like, they not all going to be close to each other. It's going to be separate.
Well, if you have kids with different dads, they're probably all going to live with you.
I don't know that. They might live with their dad child.
Well, I mean,
who living out with me?
Honestly, at this point, like, yeah, y'all can go. But no, like, and also like another thing, like, I noticed, like, with my siblings, like I said, with me being older and them being so close, like them getting to really kind of grow up together and me already being away. Whenever I went to college, whenever I would like want to come home and stuff, as soon as I left for college, when my mom went through her divorce to their dad, so life was just hectic anyway. So then I just didn't want to go home, because I don't want to go home. I'm trying to get a break from school, and I got to go home to all this drama. So I would really like not go home, and then me not going home went to me taking even longer to go home. Or when I would go home, I wouldn't be at the house. I would be out with high school friends, or I would take a flight and go to Maryland. I would go somewhere that wasn't school, but it wouldn't really be, once again, in my house. I just didn't want to be in the house.
Whereas for me, I was ready to go home, be up in my family, sit in the car porch, listen to music.
Yeah, and it's like
grill food.
I mean, and that's how I am with my dad and his side of the family. I love being around them, but it's probably also because my dad didn't raise me. I wasn't raised like. So if I was, I'll probably
his rules.
I'll probably be like tired of being. I'll probably be like, I'm going to my mama's house. I don't want to be here with y'all. I'm here with y'all all the time. But it's not like that. But I really hope that my kids like are close. Mm-hmm. And like right now, my daughter is 8. I have a 4-year-old son who will be 5 in November, and I have a 2-year-old. They're my daughter and my son are about the same age difference as me and my brother. And then my middle son and my youngest are kind of like my brother and sister. So they do love each other. They get on each other's nerves like real bad. My daughter is basically like me. She has like an attitude and she don't want to be bothered. She don't want to be bothered. And like, I can respect that. I'm not going to force y'all to be up on each other. If she don't want to share, she ain't got to share. If she don't want to play with you right now, she don't got to. But I still want them to be close. I don't want them to like lose like the tightness that we have in our house. Because all three of my kids do live with me full time. Like, they go with their dads. Like, my son goes with his dad every week and stuff like that. But they're with me majority of the time. They're at least in my house majority of the time. So I don't want them to get older and like kind of drift apart, because I don't want them to like long for that closeness that I kind of do with my siblings. And like I said, I have a younger sister who's 9 years younger than me. She lived in the West Coast her entire life. She moved with me in December. So from December now, it's been like 8-9 months since she's been here. Mm-hmm. And we're closer now than we ever were, because when we're so many years apart, we were also like worlds apart. I live South North Carolina. She lived in Las Vegas. Time difference. We only see each other once a year, if that. So having her here now is like we making up for lost time, and we're like very, very, very close. We're also very similar. Like, we have similar interests, which me and my other sister, we don't really have similar interests. We have like totally different things.
Polar opposites.
Yeah. But I hope my kids like get older and really be like, yeah, I'm close as hell with myself.
Mine don't have a motherfucking choice.
I would.
You don't got no choice.
That's what I want. If nothing else, nothing else about my parenting or nothing like would satisfy me more, it'll be for them to get older and really be like, nah, like, if I ain't got nobody else, I got my siblings. Like, they one call away.
TC and Nene, y'all know. Yeah. And Cornelius, you know as well.
I love that for you. I do love that for you. I like your family structure.
We have a very tight knit family.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's enough about the siblings because I'm tired of them.
So let me ask you this: what is your opinion on 2-parent households? You grew up in a 2-parent household. I grew up in a 2-parent household. You don't have kids. I do have kids. Like, you growing up in a 2-parent household, is that how you would prefer for your future family to be whenever you do have kids on your own?
I would 100% prefer that, and that is why I don't have kids, because I have not met anybody who I feel like I would be able to stay in a relationship with for the rest of my life and raise children.
Got you. And I guess I'm kind of different just because my kids technically live in a 2-parent household, but it's like sticky. Mm-hmm. Do I think
explain that, because these folks watching might be like, oh, she got a man.
I don't have a man. So I have 3 children. All of my children have their own father, and my youngest child's father and I currently live together. We were in a relationship. We moved together while we were still like together, like dating, and then when we renewed our lease the first time, we broke up like a month later. It was no reason to take him off. It just worked. And now it's a whole nother year has passed, and we just renewed the lease again, and he's still on it. But he does have plans to move out next 2 months. But it kind of works. Like, my kids are just realizing that we aren't together anymore. And it's been 2 years since we have been broken up. And it works. Like, he helps when I'm not there. I help when he's not there. My kids are used to that 2-parent household type structure. Mm-hmm. But it was also a good little gap of time where it was just me and my oldest 2. They didn't live in a 2-parent household, and I don't think there's anything different parenting-wise or household-wise from like then and now. They just have an extra person at the house. But when somebody wasn't living with me, like, I was always there, so it's never like they didn't feel like it was a parent there. Yeah. So I don't think 2-parent households are necessary. I do think good co-parenting and having 2 parents or 3 parents or 4 parents, like have multiple parents. I mean, it takes a village. Like, Aubrey has me and her dad, but her dad is also married, so that's 3 parents. Okay,
my mind went to like, what kind of polyamorous relationship I'm saying, like, is she talking about having?
I'm definitely think like having a good like parental structure is
sorry,
necessary.
y'all. I'm telling you,
every time.
Whoa. Yeah, so you don't think you don't think you necessarily have to have a 2-parent household. You just think it should be some sort of structure.
It should be some sort of structure. Like
I
think co-parenting is very, very, very necessary. A good co-parenting is very, very, very necessary. It's when all the drama becomes
I don't want to
it,
deal with that.
like it's because it's always gonna affect one of the parents when it's like drama, regardless if it's the mom or it's the dad. One of the parents is gonna be like actually like emotionally affected because of the drama, and that no matter how much they try to hide it, is going to like reflect onto the kids, and nobody want that. Like it's just if y'all not gonna be together, try to co-parent, amicably, and the kids is like they won't really realize that things aren't perfect. But I mean,
you're gonna marry me, and we're gonna have these children, and we're gonna live happily ever after.
But I mean, that's not for me to say that I wouldn't have wanted that. Like I would have loved to have found my person, settled down in a household together, and had all my kids with this person. Not necessarily saying we had to get married, because I also didn't believe in marriage for a long time. I believe in it now. Like I can't wait to be married again and like actually be happy in that. But I would have loved for that to be my normal. That's just not what it was for me.
Yeah.
And maybe it's somebody out there who won't mind taking me and my Brady Bunch in, and maybe they have a Brady Bunch, and then we just become the Brady Bunch, Brady Bunch 2.0. And everything works out. We get
Think of the Brady Bunch theme song.
Here's a story of a lovely lady. No, for
who
real.
was bringing up 3 very lovely girls.
1 girl, 2 boys.
All of them had hair blonde, gold,
like their mother. The youngest one in curl. Yeah. Okay. We don't gotta say no. We're not getting no copyright strike.
Did you know he was gay?
The day?
Yeah.
For real?
He was gay. And I remember my mama told me that when I was little, and I was like, so how is he married to this lady? I didn't understand.
Like the real man.
He's gay in real life. Well, he's dead, but he was gay in real life.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
So, what are some memories you have? Well, I guess you already told us some, but tell us some good memories you have with your parents, like as you were growing up. Because that just made me think about
good memories I have with my parents? None.
Zero. Stingy with the Nero. Zero.
I've only seen, up until now in adulthood, I've only seen my mom and my dad be together in a room.
No, not them. I mean, like you with your mom or you with your dad. Good.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant me with my parents.
Oh, no.
None. Like, up until now, like a month ago, like none. Well, me and my dad, like I have great memories with me and my dad. Like,
oh, tell us.
My dad is my best friend, so going to theme parks, going to Maryland, me being at his house when he lived in North Carolina still. Just a lot of time that I just spent with him. Like, it was always good. Like, it wasn't until I was like 19, 20 when me and my dad started to kind of get rocky. And I'm glad we made it through all of that. Like,
what are like some core memories you have with your parents?
Taking road trips from South Carolina to Maryland was definitely like number one, main one. Okay. Love being up there.
That's cute.
Oh, my dad taking me to Vegas for my 21st birthday. I know I wasn't a kid, but that was just...
I remember that picture.
My dad moved to Indianapolis, and I remember him telling me that he was moving because he had just had my little sister. And I remember breaking down at the gas station. That's where we met. Like, my parents would meet up. Mm-hmm. And I like cry.
How old were you?
I was 9.
Now Aubrey is living your life.
Yes, because, well, it got to... So I also meet Aubrey's... Well, I used to meet Aubrey's dad at a gas station, but... Whenever I moved out here and I would meet my mom, because my mom lives in Columbia, we would meet up at the same gas station that her and my dad met.
Oh, wow, that's cute.
I would meet her there for her to get, like, her grandkids now and stuff. But that's like a memory that's just always going to stick with me. I remember crying and breaking down. He was so scared to tell me.
He said good memory.
He was leaving. I mean, it's a memory that kind of like shaped us though, because then I started going
going with
him. When they started letting me fly. I started going to Indianapolis, and me being in Indianapolis is like everything for me. I used to go there every summer, every winter. Like that was always great.
You haven't? Oh, he don't live there no more. I thought you haven't been this year.
Yeah, no, because he live in Charlotte now. Me and my mom, and I know she doesn't watch the podcast. She doesn't listen. She's probably not in no kind of support of this, so I'm not like scared of her hearing it. But not any. No. I mean, like, taking her shopping and kind of stuff like that, but my mom it was more materials. I felt her love through materials as opposed to, like...
Oh my God, you
affection.
like those little rich white kids who parents buy them stuff to make up for their absence.
No, I mean, she wasn't absent. It was just like I would get in trouble and like y'all would like spank the shit out of me and then it's, you want to go to the mall?
Ike and Tina, when he would buy her
Just
gifts
like-
after he beat her.
It's like, yeah. Oh my God, my dad used to come to my school all the time and read to me. He used to read to my class.
That's
My dad used
cute.
to always come to like the parent lunches. He used to always come. My dad used to come randomly. Like I was sitting in class and they were like, "She's look at the door." And I look.
You did it.
And it's my dad.
I remember
my
donuts
class.
with Dad. I remember the first time my daddy came donuts with Dad. Y'all had donuts with Dad?
We didn't have donuts.
What did y'all have?
We just had like when our parents would come eat with us.
We would have donuts with Dad. I don't think we had nothing with Moms. My daddy ain't never read in my class.
Yeah, I mean, and it wasn't even like a thing that the school would do. Like my dad would just call up to the school and be like, "Can I come read the streets class?"
That is so precious.
And he would do like, and it would be random. I had no idea my dad was even coming. This is when he still lived in North Carolina, so he only lived like 45 minutes from me. And he would just come to my class and read. Like my people I've known in Dillon have like known my father since we were 5 years old.
Can't think of anything. Not even one thing.
I mean, I'm trying. Like, I mean,
Dog. I'm sorry.
you gotta be sorry. I mean, we cool now. It's just, I mean, that just kind of is what it is. And I know if she was to hear this, it would probably hurt her feelings because she'll be like, "You don't remember this?" I'm like, "That wrong child. That was me."
For me,
I mean, that just is what it is. Like, but it all plays into who Sharis is now.
Yeah.
Like,
wow.
I mean, there's a reason I have been in certain relationships because you know you start to think there's things are certain things. So no, it's not really like too much
For
with my mom.
Well, for me, that was deep. That was a little heavy. For me, my main memories with my mom is watching old TV shows. That's why y'all can see these old folks on my wall. I love classics. I love classic shows, classic movies. That's all we would do is sit and listen to old music or watch old stuff on the TV. I guess it wasn't really old back then. Cosby Show, Different World, stuff like that. But we'll watch Three's Company. Your favorite show, what's Archie Bunker? All in the Family.
Watched all that with my grandma.
Okay. And so that's me and my mom. With my dad, I would say my favorite memory with my daddy is going to the library. He took me to the library every week.
My mom used to drop me off at the
Every week.
library and then come pick me up.
Okay.
I used to be there by myself. I used to be in there chilling. They used to call mom like, "We're about to close. Can you come get her?"
We would go every week. He would take me, let me roam around, get my books, I remember my first library card had a little dog on it. It was so cute.
Oh, that's cute.
And another thing I remember, so where we live in North Carolina, we don't get a lot of snow. I used to want snow so bad every Christmas. We never got snow. One year, my daddy went to the store. That's not a real country. My daddy went to the store, y'all, and got a can of the fake snow, and he sprayed all the windows so I would have snow for Christmas. He is so precious.
Yeah, that's cute.
I love you.
Oh, he watches.
Yeah, him and my mama watch. My mama called me every Tuesday. Did y'all upload the video yet?
Oh, I love that.
They watch. I love them.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just in another way that, you know, that we differed in our life just in general, and somehow we still are.
Me and my mama we used to argue all the time now. Me and my mama used to butt heads. It wasn't until I went away to college and I didn't have to be around her every day that we got really close. Because now we talk like 10 times a day. She done called me 3 times since I've been recording.
Yeah, like...
I love you, girl.
Like I said, me and my mom have mostly been like oil and water my entire life. We just don't really get along. And we're getting better at it because I'm learning now that I'm allowed to hang up. I'm allowed to not reply. I don't have to constantly engage.
Ooh, let me not do that, child. I'm gonna do it.
If it gets to the point where I'm just like, I'm starting to get upset because she's not listening, she's not getting it, or I feel like she's pushing me. Sharis, you're grown. You're an adult. Like,
you can make your own.
You're not you're not that 7-year-old girl, that 12-year-old girl who's gonna get in trouble. Don't respond. And now that I've learned that, I've been more so protecting my peace.
I was just about to say
especially
that.
when it comes to my mom, because a lot of people can get me there, but she can truly get me there
like no one else.
And I don't want to do that because I know how I get when I'm mad. I know how I get when I'm frustrated. And I just don't want that to be our dynamic no more. So I'm really good at just either just okay or not responding. Just
letting it go.
My phone don't work. My phone doesn't stir. It don't work. I didn't see your text message. I don't see it. I can't see. I'm blind. Word to sister. Like, no, because why get?
I didn't know that was her. I can't see. I'm blind. That's her.
I'm almost positive that's her.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but with me doing that, it's helped us because we don't argue. We don't really argue that much anymore.
I love that.
So I guess I guess me ignoring her when she pissed me off is
so
working.
How are you going to make sure that that's not you and Aubrey's relationship?
So Aubrey's my daughter, for those who don't know.
I done doxed Aubrey. Sorry. If
you're
watching.
My number one thing is I don't want her to be scared of me, and I want her to know that she can talk to me about anything. I never had that as a kid.
Ooh.
I was able to talk to my stepdad more than my mom.
Oh, wow.
But
a man.
my stepdad also, looking back at it, wasn't that great of a guy. Like,
was he receptive when you would tell him stuff, or he would?
He would be in said moment, but then of course, thanks to see a marriage, no matter if you say don't say nothing or not, he's gonna go back and tell his wife, and his wife not knowing how to handle things. I'm just like, this is why I keep shit to myself.
I was about to say, who is his wife? It's
my
your
mama.
mama.
That's why I just keep shit to myself. But yeah, it was. I would mainly tell him things. I would like write in my diary, but my mom didn't respect my privacy. She would read my diary and then get mad about things that were in my diary. Like, it's
You're
just
supposed to be reading it.
like just things like something like I can't get anything out, and then when I finally get it out, it's like, why are you blowing up? Why are you being all crazy? I'm like, cause y'all ain't let me talk to y'all. So I don't want that to be Aubrey. I want her to understand, like, even if it's going to get you in trouble, I need you to talk to me about it. Because you may think that you're going to get in trouble. And the whole time, I went through that same thing at that age. I understand completely what you're going through. Let's talk about this. And it's crazy because my mom was 25 when she had me. By the time she had my other two siblings, my mom was 30. I'm currently 30, also with 3 kids. I just was 22 and I had Aubrey, so I was 3 years younger. But it's not like we're vastly different.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like my mom had me, I had my child at 14 and my mom had me at like 30. Like, we're not that far. My mom is kind of just more of you're a parent. This is what parents supposed to do. And I'm more of, no, I'm in my 20s. Well, not currently, but that's how it was always like, yeah, I'm a parent, but I'm also a 20-something-year-old. I can balance both. She don't really get that. She wanted me to parent like she parented. And I don't want to be that.
And just be
like,
a full-time parent.
I don't want to be that at all. Love mama to death. I love her to death. She gave me life. Like, without her, I would not exist. But I don't want to be her.
I think my mama was older than me when she had me. I think my mama was 32 when she had me.
I think that's what you said.
I got time.
Yeah, but I don't know. I want Aubrey to be able to talk to me about anything. And I feel like with that open line of communication, it would make things like go smoother because I want to be her friend. Like, I want her to understand I am your mother. Like, you have to respect me, but I am one of your little friends. Like,
I'm one of your friends. I'm not one of your little friends.
I want, like, and I'm not saying, I'm not trying to be like buddy. Oh, you can go and have your cleavage out when you're 14. I ain't saying all of that, but I respect you enough as a
person,
as a human, just as a human in general. I respect you enough for you to want to make a certain decision. You can bring it to me and we can figure out how to maneuver this without you feeling like, oh, I'm scared to tell my mama. Like, I don't want her to have to feel like she has to sneak and do certain things. Like, you want to get your belly button pierced at 16? Come on, get your belly button pierced at 16. I'd rather you, like, you tell me so you ain't got to go sneak and do it like your shit infected. And now I didn't want to tell you. Nah, just let me know. But that's kind of how I am with her now. I talk to her a lot. I want her to know that, girl, you can talk to me.
I don't think I ever talked to my parents about anything. Like, I ain't never really talked to nobody about anything. I wasn't really doing nothing, so I guess that's why.
I mean, that's kind of like with me too.
I wasn't really doing nothing that I was ashamed of.
Like, I just remember, like, when Anthony died. Anthony was my boyfriend in high school. When he passed away, I wasn't allowed to date. So when he died, I had to just be like, oh, my friend died. And then I got in trouble because of how I was taking the death. But if they would have, like, allowed me, not even just to date, but for me to feel comfortable to be like, it wasn't just my friend, that was my boyfriend, I probably would have been able to grieve the way I needed to. It's like little things like that. I don't want my kids to feel like they have to hide certain things and then they can't express themselves the way they want to. I don't want that. I want them to have like a totally different childhood.
I'm trying to think of something I hid from my parents.
I used to hide grades.
I always used to get good grades. I never got bad grades until college. With me and my sister, when we would go to parties, we would have shorts on up under our pants. And so when we would get out the car, we would change. We would put our pants, we would hide them in the bathroom so we could have on our little crop tops and our little shorts. And then when my cousin was going to pick us up, we got to get dressed again.
No, I remember 6th grade. It was picture day. And this was the pictures one in the yearbook. Because then you have like 2 picture days. This is the one for the yearbook. So I went to school in like this, so this like 2-piece, kind of like a Juicy Couture knockoff, like little zip-up jacket, a little velvet pants. But I had on a jersey dress that I got for City Trends underneath. And I had some of them Air Force heels. It was all white.
You had those?
The chunky heel. I got them from Payless.
Oh my God.
And I snuck them in my book bag. And I had my dress on under. So I got to school, time for pictures. I changed my shoes. I just took the sweatsuit off. And in the yearbook, I had my hair in like this slick back ponytail, like a little slick back ponytail. And all you can see in the picture is the spaghetti scraps, like the very top of the dress. So I'm just like,
I'm going to see this picture.
You know, proofs come home. I have my 6th grade yearbook. It's not in color. But so I have the yearbook at my house. Proofs come. I see them. So I'm like hiding my book. I'm like, I'm never going to buy these pictures. My parents can't know that I went to school with this. My parents like to do random book bag checks. And just so happened, this is the day they went and do a random book bag check. So I'm forgetting that the pictures are even in there because it's also a notebook scribbled with hearts and boy's name all on it.
You trying to hide it.
It's a C that I got that I took. I used to get signed papers. I had me a stapler and a stapler remover. I used to remove the staple, take the bag grade out, and staple my shit back together. It was like a C. A C ain't even bad. It was a C. It was crumpled in the bottom. I had wrote out some rap lyrics. I can't even remember the song in my notebook. I'm like, oh my God. I'm about to get in so much trouble because of all of this. They got to the damn pictures. Ain't nothing else fucking matter. Fuck Sharis loved little Johnny. They ain't care about none of that. They cared about, what is this you wearing to the school?
Who bought it?
I think it's my uncle's girlfriend at school clothes, and I just like hid it. Oh yeah, every day for like 2 months. I got outfit checked. I got my book bag checked and my outfit checked every day.
Geez.
I was never allowed to do it again. Yeah, see,
we had to wear uniforms in middle school.
Oh, I never wore a uniform ever in my life.
We had to wear uniforms. I cried so bad because I don't like buttons.
I never even had a locker until I got, I've never used a locker. But it wasn't until I got to Fayetteville we even had lockers. I ain't learned how to use a combination until I got to Central for gym.
For real, we had lockers in 6th grade.
And I didn't know how to use it. So I would have the girl I was friends with at the time, like,
do your lock.
Because I didn't.
What is going on in South Carolina?
We didn't have that. So I got the Fayetteville. I was like, I got lockers.
Fancy.
And this girl beat this bitch up with a lock, but we gotta get to that.
Moving along.
Yeah. So what's some things, and you would have to dig into your imagination for this, that we call them generational curses. Like I said, I think they're just habits that you kind of want to break when you become a parent. Like things that they just seem normal for you growing up, but now as an adult, you're like, man, I ain't doing that shit. Like, my parents did it because their parents did it.
I only have one because most of us growing up, my parents let us be who we wanted to be as people. Me, my sister, and my brother, we are all completely different. Like, we're totally different. Like, I'm not like anybody in my family.
They're different,
that you would
but they're so similar. It's weird. It's so weird. Titi and Nene are probably more similar, and you're like the outlier, but you're also so similar with it. You have to be around them to get it. Like, can definitely tell y'all siblings, but it's like, why they acting like it? You just gotta be. It's because she the middle child.
You just gotta be.
It's because she the middle child.
That might be it.
But can also like input her like feelings into any conversation they're having because she also knows what they're talk about. But just she could talk with them, but they can't always talk with her.
That might be what it is.
If they having a sports conversation, she can lend her 2 cents, but they can't talk to her about country music.
TT can.
TT probably can.
They can't talk to me about
Broadway.
Yeah, they can't do that. Like I said, so we were all allowed to be individuals. My brother was completely into sports growing up. My sister just, she done like everything. She used to draw. She used to want to be a back. Yeah, Nene could draw, girl. She could do art.
Oh my
really
God,
good.
that's one of. There's only two things that I'm envious people for: people that can sing and people that can draw. Yes.
Yeah, she used to could draw.
Those are the two times I wish I had.
I wonder if she can still draw.
I do too.
I'm gonna ask her. And then there was me, just Tiyoda. Like, for example, we had a day in school where everybody had to do a history project. Mm-hmm. Here's me. I want to do a history project on Princess Diana. Why this little black, well, I ain't gonna say little black girl, because everybody like Princess Diana. Mm-hmm. Why did my daddy and my mama go to Walmart and get me a gown, a crown, pearls, everything, so that I could dress like Princess Diana at her wedding and give that report? I was the only person in that class dressed up. My teacher was like, "You're going places."
Yeah. I mean, I used to dress up every year too in February because I always had to be the same person every February.
Who?
Girl, they made me be Rosa Parks every year.
Get off the
I was Rosa Parks every year. I didn't even have to go get a new outfit. I had the glasses. I had me a little sweater vest cardigan. A khaki little skirt, some hot socks, a little black church shoes.
My God.
I just had to buy new shoes. Almost like, well, not even really, my foot didn't even grow that much.
It didn't really grow.
I was Rosa Parks, and I had like a stack of books, and I would do my whole thing every year. And I would never forget. I was in 8th grade. This ain't got nothing to do with family. I was in 8th grade, and I said they was giving out the assignment. I said, I'm not doing Rosa Parks this year.
Who did you meet?
And mind you, Dylan is so small. You're in class with everybody. People I was in kindergarten with, I was still with them into high school. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, but Sharis, you always Rosa. I don't want to be here no more. And they was like, who do you want to be? I said, I don't know. Give me anybody. Give me somebody I've never even heard of so I can actually do the research.
And learn something.
I'm getting an A on every project every year because I can.
You're Rosa.
At that point, I was Rosa. Right now, I can't tell you her birthday or nothing. But I knew everything. I remember when Rosa Parks died, I was just like, I don't exist. I was Miriam Anderson.
Okay.
And listen. When I say I did that report down because I got to do somebody new.
You were so happy.
When we got to high school, I said, I hope we don't got to do no goddamn Black History Month
project.
We ain't have to do no projects. I was like, yes, Rosa, I'm no longer her.
No longer. I don't remember. We didn't really have. We did
cute.
a play one time.
They let you be.
Yes, they let me be Princess Diana.
So what's the curse or habit that you would break?
What I would break, the only thing I would break that my parents did to us that I wouldn't do is making us think that just because we have a job, we have to keep the job even if we don't like it. My daddy will tell you that, okay, you don't like the job, you gotta go to work, you gotta eat, you got bills to pay, you better keep your job. No. And that's something me and my brother, especially me, if I don't like the job, I can give a...
Girl, who sat beside you?
Okay. I'm not gonna stress myself out every
How many jobs have I had?
Girl, this year 7.
Just this year alone.
7. Okay,
well, I have a list.
Screw me up in the head. I was like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out at work today. That don't mean nothing, girl. What you mean?
You know why I think you only have one though? Because you had such a good childhood. I have a few.
Shout out to the family.
Now, my number one, listen, this is my numero uno.
What is
And I have a list over here. They're not even in order. My numero uno, I have McDonald's money.
We ain't stopping to get McDonald's. You ain't got McDonald's money.
I have McDonald's money. I have Zaxby's money. I have KFC money. I have Chick-fil-A.
Please stop talking about food. I'm hungry.
What do you want to eat? That's what you eat. Because one thing I'm not about to do is go to the house and cook something and then put it in front of you and then you don't want it. And now you're going to be hungry. Or you just got to be off a bag of chips. No. What you want to eat? All right, cool. Now, sometimes my kids will really say noodles or macaroni or chicken nuggets. I can cook that at the house. The moment they say, can we get pizza? We getting pizza. Like, I don't care what my bank account say. We got McDonald's money. 1,000%.
Yeah, we was definitely going to eat at home type of kids.
I'm also that parent. I will make separate dinner if I have to. Like, not everything that I make that me and the other adults in the house may eat, my kids might not eat it. If you don't want this pasta, you gotta eat this pasta. What you want? You want some Nutella toast? You can eat some Nutella toast for dinner. I'm not finna.
Where's the nutrition?
What Ply say? I'm not finna argue with you. I'm not doing that.
We couldn't do that, girl. If you hungry, you'll eat.
But that was also like
And
with
we
us.
ate.
But I remember also, sometimes having to sit at the table till I finish my food. I ain't fucking like peas. I ain't like green beans. I gotta sit here. I gotta force this down my esophagus because y'all ain't gonna let me leave the table. We're not doing any of that. I'm also not really big on ma'am and sir, as long as they're respectful when they speak. I don't do that, what, yeah, we're not doing that. But they don't gotta call me ma'am. Like, they don't gotta call me ma'am. I don't make them stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't think Aubrey has ever stood. I don't even think she knows the Pledge of Allegiance.
Schools don't do that no more.
They do it, but I don't know if they still do it. I know when Aubrey was in virtual school, they would do it every day, and Aubrey would sit there like this.
Okay, I used to be so happy to go to the office and be the one to read the Pledge of Allegiance or sing the Star Spangled Banner.
We opened in multiple boxes of cereal.
We wouldn't.
We opened. I bought
multiple. You ain't wasting them food. Well, we had food stamps. You ain't wasting them stamps.
I mean, granted, I do too, but if I only want them to eat one box of cereal at a time, I can just buy one box of cereal at a time. There's no reason for me to have the option. I should have Lucky Charms and Rice Krispies treats and Kicks and Fruit Loops. Oh, y'all can only eat these. So nah, I should have just bought that.
We would all get our own box of cereal or what we want.
Yeah, listen, y'all.
I got Lucky Charms at the time. Or Apple Jacks.
They ain't really got to ask to get like drinks. They got to ask for snacks, but it's rare that I say no. Only time I say no is if we about to eat dinner. Mm-hmm. So I eat a snack, and I don't care what snack y'all get. Yeah. I got all the snacks. Y'all, they're
in the house for you to eat it.
If I didn't want them to eat, guess what the snacks would be? Up in the closet. They are at the bottom cabinet for even the baby, the 2-year-old. Go right in there. He be like, sometimes he'll bring me an onion. He wants to eat that. You know what? At this point, I'm gonna just start letting him eat whatever eat whatever you want. I'm not about to be like that strict with parents when it comes to like food and just leisure activities. Y'all want to come home after school and you want to get on the iPad or the computer? Go ahead, cause you know
y'all couldn't do that.
No, we sit at the table. We're doing schoolwork.
Oh yeah, we had to have our homework done first before we did.
Well, our school don't even give her homework. Her principal doesn't believe in sending kids home with homework because if they're learning things that they learn at school, they don't need to also take school home. Love that for her. I wish. I love that. Because
I don't like that.
I love it because she feels like the kids they're already at school from 8:45 to 3:45 every day. That's a lot of fucking hours. They're already learning. She feels like when they go home, like it's time to shut that off. And I feel that. I would be at the table with her phone unless we like in a rush and it's time to like turn that phone off. Y'all be quiet, eat y'all food. Besides that, do it.
Okay, what else you got? Give it to me.
I mean, I feel like that's like the bulk of it. I already said I want them to have like open communication with me. I don't want them to be scared of me. Like, I'm not because I said so. Like,
ooh, Gail, that was my mama. Because I said so. Right? Don't ask me questions. I'm grown.
Yes, I don't really want to be that. Like, if I'm telling you something, and if you're asking why, and it's genuine because like you want to know, I'll tell you why. Apologizing to my kids. Definitely, like I'm not doing that. When I apologize to my kids' phone, I'm their parent. No, I will apologize to y'all. If I'm wrong, I'm apologizing. Even if I feel like I may not be wrong, but I see that it affected them, I'm apologizing because why not? They're humans too. They just young humans. They're little humans. They still deserve that respect though. I'm big on that. But yeah, I'll explain some shit to you if you really want to know.
If you really want to know and you're not being a smart aleck.
Like, go put on your pajamas. But why?
Because I said so.
So that way you
can see me now, child.
I'm like, put on your pajamas. You can go ahead and have them on. So that way you're comfortable. You've been outside in these clothes all day. You don't need to be in your bed with the outside clothes on. Oh, okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Like, exactly. Go do it. Appreciate it.
That's my thing. I'm going to have to understand that. I just feel like that's common sense, girl. What do you mean? Why? Because you're about to go to bed. Because
my kids run on such like a schedule. Like that even, like I said, my 2-year-old like knows it. They think pajamas automatically mean bed. And pajamas don't always
But ain't that what you're talking about?
No, I'm saying like, so say we get home, they ate dinner, they watch, like, go ahead, put the pajamas on. But
I thought you meant like for bed.
Oh, no.
What you mean?
Because like sometimes, like say we get home at like 4:30. They play a little bit. I might do dinner early. They eat dinner by 5:30, washed up. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. It's 6 o'clock. Go ahead and put on your pajamas. You in the house, you're not going nowhere else today. Put them on. They think that pajamas automatically mean, oh, now I gotta get in bed. No, just put on your pajamas because they're more comfortable.
My
Just
mama used to have us when we would come home from school. She would have us a separate outfit laid out on the bed, laid out for us to change out of our
just
school
like house clothes, and then you have pajamas.
You have house clothes. You take off some school clothes, them good clothes, and you put on your little play clothes until it's time to take a bath and get ready for bed.
They typically do like playing and dinner and all that stuff in whatever they had on, and then after you wash up, put on your pajamas. But if it's like 6:30, it don't mean bed, but they run on such a schedule, they think pajamas automatically mean bed. Like Nico, I'm like, put on pajamas, and he's like, I go stairs, and his bedroom is downstairs. I'm like, no, you don't have to go stairs. He's like, pajamas, stairs. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Oh, that's cute.
No, watch TV. TV? I'm like, yeah, you don't have to go to bed
Not
yet.
you confusing them kids.
Or my 4-year-old, he be like, I gotta put my pajamas on. It's nighttime. The sun out, and I'm like, it's not nighttime. Just take your clothes off, put them on, because it's comfortable. You got jeans on. You got jeans. Take the jeans off. Nobody want to be in the house with
lounge
jeans.
clothes, girl.
Yeah, just little things like that. Just because I also want them to enjoy childhood. Like if they 18 and they not ready to move out.
Oh, that was never a thing for us. You do not have to move out. My parents tell me to this day, you want to come back home?
I can honestly, my mom will let me come back too. My mom will let me and all my kids come back. And that's one thing I will say. She will let us come back.
I ain't never forced to pay no bills to live with my parents.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not forcing college on them. Granted, now with that being said, it does not mean you can just sit around and not do anything. If you don't want to go to college, maybe you want to work or
workforce, military.
Do something. Now you're not about to just sit in my house, twiddling your thumbs, playing with your balls, playing video games.
I'm not gonna force college, but Carlos, I would consider letting my children go to whatever school they want to go to. Cough, cough, Howard.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna do that too.
Who knows where I would be today?
But college isn't for everybody. Like, secondary school isn't for everybody.
It's not.
If there's something that they want to do, y'all can do that. Y'all are allowed to live with me and stay with me and stack your money, do all of that. Now, you will not be in my house just not doing anything. Because even if you're there, you ain't got no job, you're going to be helping out around the house. You're going to be doing something. We're not sleeping all day and playing games and whatever may be happening in 2037 when they 18 and shit. But it's not going to be, when you're 16, you need a good job. I didn't get my first job until I was 19.
I didn't get my first job until I was in college.
Yes, I was very much out the house.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make them work in high school. Like if I get them a car, I'm not like, you gotta go to work, pay on gas. Like, nah, have your car so you can get up my face, you can do stuff on your own.
One thing I will say is I would try to have them work if, let's say I have these kids, Presley and all of them. I would like them to get that independence of having a job, knowing how to pay bills. Because when I went to school, I didn't know how to do nothing. I didn't know how to get no bank account. I didn't know how to do any of that. My daddy came and took me and showed me. But if they would have showed me at a younger age, then
I mean, yeah, I get that too. But I don't want them to feel like, I'm in high school, but I gotta get a job. Like, no, if they want to get a job in high school, great. If y'all studies start to fail, you're quitting that job. I'm sorry. Like, no,
I just would like a little. They can do a little summer job.
Yeah,
I'm stuck on. I live my life as a TV show. I be thinking of stuff that happened on TV, like.
I mean, but that's a real thing though. Like, I know a lot of kids should just get summer jobs, like things like that. But I don't want my kids to feel like that. That's like any of that is forced on them. Like this is what like seems like normal. So I have to do this. Like, no, like I'm your parent. I brought you here. As long as I can provide, as long as I can help, I am going to do that. I'm going to do it as much as I can. If I feel like it's because you just don't want to do anything and you just want to just lay around, then no, you're going to get up and you're going to do things in the house. You're going to do something. Regardless if it's making you income or not, you're going to do something. You're not going to be no lazy bum. But I don't want them to feel like I got to do this because this is what I'm supposed to do. Because I wish I had the option. I wish I had the option to take a year after high school and figure out exactly what it is that I want to do. Because then I would have realized the field I went into in college ain't what I wanted to do. I didn't want to really be a doctor. That biology wasn't where I wanted to be. I would have had time, but I didn't have that choice. And also, I needed to get out of the house because
I would say you wanted to leave anyway.
I didn't want to be there. I wish I would have chosen college.
I forgot what I was about to say. Where would you have went? What was your dream school?
Harvard. Talked about it.
Like, even in high school, Harvard was still your dream school?
And then it was ECU. I didn't get accepted.
Dang. So Harvard, ECU, and what was your third one?
Yeah, it
was just...
I wanted to go to Harvard, but I realized I couldn't go to Harvard anymore. Then ECU became where I wanted to go, and I didn't get accepted. And that was, like, really late into my senior year, so I kind of had no choice. I had to apply somewhere. And somebody told me to apply to Central, so I did.
And you loved it?
And now I'm here.
My first dream school was USC. I wanted to go to USC so bad.
Because Little Romeo.
Yeah.
We talked about this first episode, I think.
And then like I'm actually gonna go to school. It was either Duke, Central, or Howard. Or somewhere way in the country.
Yeah. But, I felt like I always...
Central.
Yeah, I definitely felt like I had no choice. I had to go to college.
I had a choice. I don't even think my daddy wanted me to go to college. He wanted me to stay on with him.
I remember they wanted me to get a job in high school because I did eventually get a car and stuff like that. It's like, you're not going to be just sitting in the house. You need to get a job. So what I would do, they wanted to see me at least applying. I would go and get hella applications from everywhere because everything was paper back in 2011. And I would be at home, so they would see me filling out all these applications. They would take me to the places to take the applications back. When people call me for an interview, I would not answer the phone.
Really? You didn't want to work?
I didn't know. I didn't. But I still to this day, I have no desire to work. But in high school, I did not want to work. Like, I just...
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I was doing anything else with my time. Like, I didn't go to parties. I hung out with one friend. We would, be either at the mall or at each other's house. But I just didn't want to work. I just felt like I was a child still. Like, I'm not an adult. I need to work for. Like, I can do that whenever I got real responsibilities. I didn't feel like I had any of that. So they would call me for interviews. I just wouldn't go. But my parents didn't know that because they would see me. They were like, you're just not getting called. Oh, they say I didn't have enough experience, or they're not looking for. Maybe this summer they're hiring. They're not hiring any teams right now, or I don't have my little permit things. So I would just make up all kind of shit.
So looking back at some of the stuff that your parents did, like with your upbringing, do you feel like, okay, yeah, that was good or that was necessary, or you just feel like, nah, they didn't really have to do that, or they was tripping, they was doing too much at this point in time?
It's definitely that.
They're doing too much?
Yeah. Like, I personally like adulthood way more. Like, I would love to be a child again just to not have responsibilities as much as I do now. Mm-hmm. But
the freedom of adulthood.
It wasn't all that for me. Like, it wasn't really that fun. Like I said, all of my fun came from outside of the house. So yeah, I'm really could sit here trying to think about it. Like, what's one thing that they instilled in me that just
you carry to this day? Nothing. Mm-mm. Looking back for me, I used to get mad at almost every little thing my mama would tell me to do. Mm-hmm. But today it's like, okay, I'm glad she did that because I shouldn't have been doing it anyway. Or a lot of stuff my mama would tell me, you don't want to be like this or you don't want to be like that. That's kind of how I am. The more they instilled morals and values in me, I think without them even knowing, like just me hearing them say certain stuff or watching them do certain stuff, I won't do it to this day. Like certain stuff certain stuff I won't do in public, I won't do on the internet. Now, I be drinking. Yeah. But I can down a 6-pack, but I'm still a lady. I'm going to do a little.
Yeah, but that makes a lot of sense. Mine was more based in fear. So there's things that I did as an adult just because I could. I'm grown now. I can do it. And because I didn't really get in, like I said, all of my trouble that I got in being younger was really just my mouth. That's it. Like, it was never me sneaking out to parties. It was never, I never even went to a party. My first ever party that I went to was when I got to college. My first time going to the club, college. First time ever drinking, college. I started smoking the end of my high school, my senior year. Mm-hmm. I wasn't really doing anything. It was just my only trouble came from my attitude, basically. So I guess they felt like since they didn't have to worry about me in those aspects, those were never really conversation. It was never Like, they would leave me home by myself and never had to worry about me throwing a party, me having boys over. Because I wasn't doing that anyway. Like, it wasn't like, they don't know what I'm doing, so I'm going to do it.
We never got to stay home by ourselves.
It never was even like a thing that I wanted to do. I'm not doing it. So I never really had a lot of those, like, certain things just kind of put on me that I could look back and, like, I'm glad they shielded me from this, or I'm glad they shielded me from that, because they kind of really didn't shield me from things I just didn't do. And granted, I probably didn't do things because they were just strict, but it also kind of took away from my teens. Like, everybody would go to party. Like, prom, I was at prom for all 30 minutes. Wow. Like, I went by myself. I didn't have a date. I drove myself to prom. I got there and I was just like, this isn't fun. And I stayed. I said hey to people. Shout out to everybody. I had fun. And I left. Like, darn. It just because I wasn't at any of the parties anyway. I wasn't at any of the functions. I didn't never get to go to any of the other dances. I only got to go to my junior prom, my senior prom. I didn't never went to like any of the middle school dances and the homecoming dances. So prom was just like, why am I here? They let me go because it was prom. It just felt uncomfortable. I was just like, if I would have had a friend there with me, then it probably would have been different. Yeah. But I was like, yeah, no.
We can redo your prom.
I mean, yeah, we should definitely redo my prom. I'm gonna go find a dress.
I would love to do an adult prom.
I would too.
Who are we gonna take?
Each other? No, we need boys. Boys. Our wedding.
I remember one time I was in the 2nd grade and I was on the phone with this boy. We had multiple phone lines in the house. Why did my mama pick up the other phone and say, Tiyoda can't talk to boys? I was so embarrassed to go to school the next day. I still remember that boy. His name was Matthew Pittman. Lord have mercy. I wonder where he's at today.
I got caught on the phone.
That was so embarrassing.
9th grade, I got caught on the phone with the boy.
You kissed other boys in 9th grade?
I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend until I was 17.
I couldn't have a boyfriend, but I could talk to boys.
I couldn't. I was 17 years old when I finally got permission to be able to do that. And it's because 17 is when I went to my senior year and they knew things like that were coming up. And they knew within that next year I would be
grown. I remember my brother picked at us one time because my cousin had a boyfriend and they was on a date and he was like, Pinky can go on dates and y'all can't.
I always wanted that.
Yeah.
And by the time I got 17, it was just like, I'm already in my senior year. Everybody like in high school, people that's dating is already dating. Like, I was technically a new girl then too, because I had just got there the year before. It was nobody that was really, and then the people that were like any dudes that were like won't for like the right reasons and shit. And I wasn't doing none of that shit yet in high school. So
I was like, right reasons? What you talking about?
I mean, they was all trying to like, everybody was fucking and shit in high school and stuff. And I was just
not
like,
No.
That's one thing my parents did do really, 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 really good at.
What?
It scared me from sex.
My parents never scared me from sex, but I just...
Oh, no, I was terrified. And then all of my friends knew I was a virgin, so they just continued terrifying me. And I was almost 19 years old.
Scared of?
Just the way they said it was going to hurt, the way they said that God was going to, like, completely be removed from my life. You know, I was raised, like, really Christian. The way that they're going to know regardless, even if I try to hide it, and how much trouble I'm going to get in. Oh, no.
I remember used to go to the doctor, and my mama would ask the doctor if I'm having sex. I'm like, girl, I am not doing that.
Okay, Tia.
What do you think this is?
Not Gail. It's Clifford Harris, child.
Girl, I know who. What kind of sex you have?
Wow. This got deeper than I thought it was going to get, but it kind of feels good, because it's like... A little deeper and you'll know. You know? You learning about people's family kind of gives you like an insight on why they are the way they are.
Sorry. You remember getting your period for the first time? How was that for you with such a strict house? I wonder.
I was on my way to church, and it was me, my stepdad, and like one of my homegirls from church. And I didn't know I was at church at this point. I was in
You knew what a period was?
I knew what it was. Okay. Yeah, I was in 8th grade, so we had sex ed and stuff then.
Oh!
Yeah, I got my period at 13.
I was in 5th grade, I think.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer. I remember being like in the bathroom before I went in. Somebody was like, "Sharis, your period came on." I was like, "Huh?" I haven't started my period yet. It's like, it's blood back of your pants. I was like, what? And I seen it, and I was just like, oh my god. And then like they called my stepdad because he the one who took it to church. And I was so embarrassed. He brought me a sweatshirt. I wrapped it around, and somebody gave me a pad. I got through the service.
Isn't it crazy how the first time you don't cramp, it just come out of nowhere?
And then I went home and I just cried all night. And I told my mom I wanted to use tampons. She's like, no, because you're a virgin and it's going to take your virginity, la la la.
I used to think that too. Like, if you put a tampon in you, it would take your virginity.
I remember my first time when
So innocent.
I snuck and did it in like 11th grade when I finally first was in 11th grade. And my mom found the box. Sharis, what is this? What is this, Sharis? I told you no. I was like, girl, like I'm not doing all this with you.
My sister and my cousin put my first tampons in me. I couldn't do it. I told y'all.
Talk about we are family.
We're very close.
Jesus
We're
Christ.
very close. I couldn't do it. They taught me how to wear a tampon.
Yeah.
When I first got my period, I woke up in the bed. I was in the bed with my grandma. And I woke up. I still remember I had on these blue and green panties. And they was my favorite panties. And I woke up and I'm like, did I pee? Did I pee? And I looked and it was red. It was blood everywhere. I just said, oh no. I literally went back to sleep because I was like, I no way I got my period. I'm a child. Woke up, I still had my period. So I tried to hide my underwear. But I was like, they're going to see the sheets anyway, so I got to tell. So I went in the bathroom and I put my underwear on. And I said, it was so dramatic. I said, Mom. And she came in the bathroom. I said, look. She told some girl, you even got your period. Oh, God, y'all. I hated it.
I was 13 going on. It wasn't
I was in 5th grade.
It wasn't too long before school got out for summer break. And my birthday was always right after school got out. So I was like very, very, very close to being 14.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
So it wasn't something that I was like nervous to say because I
knew it was coming eventually.
I mean, at this point, it's like,
where is it?
Like everybody else in my grade, damn near fucking, and I'm just not getting my period. Yeah,
I used to cry every month, and my daddy would.
Oh God!
I used to cry every month. And my daddy would get my tampons, but that's the same thing that happened when I had to wear a bra. And the way that my daddy got me to wear a bra, I will never forget. I was sitting on his lap crying because I had to put on this sports bra. He said, but you want to be a cheerleader. Cheerleaders wear bras.
That is so cute. Oh my God.
And I wore that
my
bra.
daughter, her grandma just bought her first set of bras. They're like the little cami bras.
Oh.
And she got them because...
I think you showed them to me.
Because my daughter...
Black and gray.
No, they're like colorful. My daughter told her grandma, I'm the smallest person in 3rd grade. I don't even feel like I'm a 3rd grader. I just feel like I'm just so young.
Oh, she isn't.
And she bought her some like cami bras to make her feel like she's older.
Oh,
so
that's so cute.
I let Aubrey wear them. They just got in the mail like 2 days ago. So I've been letting her wear them, and she just like.
Did she like them?
She's like, I'm still like the smallest person in class. I'm like, well, I can't listen. I can't help you with that.
I was tiny too.
Oh, he was a little tiny tot.
I was very
small. Yeah, I was. I mean, listen. When I got pregnant with my daughter at age 21 in college, a full adult, I was like 97 pounds. So I've always just been a very, very small human.
I can't wait to be small.
Up until now, girl. Listen, all these calories that I intake every day. I'm allergic to exercise, not allergic to food. That's my problem.
I can't wait to be skinny.
Yeah, but with all of that being said, like I said, this did get deeper than I thought it would.
It
but
did. I'm trying to think if we forgot anything.
I think we hit a lot of it.
Oh, I forgot one.
Oh,
so
reverse.
Talking about family. Have you had like any deaths in your family or major deaths in your family that might have shaped you or anything? Nobody died in your family. Damn.
Not nobody like
that. What y'all drinking on?
Not nobody major that would have shaped me. My great aunt dying was very, very sad for me, but I was younger, so it was just like, damn, I'm not gonna get to see her no more when I go to Maryland. I was middle school.
Oh, it's on your daddy's side?
Yeah, it was like middle schoolish. It was like, damn, I'm gonna be to see her again. And then when my mom's dad died, she took it really hard, so I kind of just took it hard off of her, but not none that was just like, oh my God, it's like a major loss to me. I know I'm never gonna see this person again, and it's like really affecting me. Not in my family. I've only had one major death like that ever, and that was Anthony.
I had so many. We be dying, y'all.
You did this last time, and I started laughing, and I felt so bad because I felt like I was laughing at people dying, and now you're doing it again, and I just really, really, really wish that you would stop.
People are dying that have never died before.
Word to dumb.
Word to T Daddy.
T Dizzle.
Trump dog, boy.
Them stimmies.
See, we had to get
Timmy.
I miss Timmy. Had to get a little chuckle out of there before I talked about death, huh? Because, okay, so I think my first major death was my Aunt Pat. I don't remember how old I was. I was in high school. I think I was in 11th grade. I think I was in 11th grade. If I'm wrong, please forgive me, girl. You know I drank now.
You know, stuff starts shaking.
My aunt Pat, and then I think the next one that really affected me was not until my cousin died. Like, how many years ago was that?
It was Halloween, like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah,
is that Halloween?
It was like 3 years ago, I think.
It was around COVID.
It was around. Damn, it was. It was 2020. So yeah, my cousin Jan, and then after her, my hardest one was my uncle that just passed. And he's not even my real uncle, but by marriage, my uncle Doug. That's the hard. I ain't never took a death that hard in my life.
I also have an uncle Doug by marriage.
For real? Can I borrow him?
A pastor.
Mine won't no pastor. That's the hardest death I ever took in my life, other than my child. My son died, y'all, my dog, and he passed away, unfortunately. So moving on.
And I have never seen somebody more than Am. I'm not a pet parent.
I thought I was going away with my dog.
Yeah, she did.
Thank God I didn't.
Yeah, I have been fortunate enough in that regard to not have lost. I have no immediate family except my mom. My mom's dad did pass away a couple years ago. Now, matter of fact, I think it was like 2018. It wasn't even like a couple years. It's been like a little while now. But he lived in Turkey, and I only seen him like a handful of times. Last time I seen him was when I graduated high school in 2011.
Oh wow! Did y'all get a picture?
There is a picture of them singing "Happy Birthday" to me. Him and
I want to see your mom's family. I've never seen anybody on your mom's family.
I'll show you. But yeah, that has not happened to me, and I do know that when it does, it's
gonna, cause you really, really close to everybody now.
And it's gonna affect me in ways I don't think much has. Cause like I said, the only person that I've that's been very, very close to me that I have lost was my boyfriend at the time, and it's taken me a long time to really, really cope with that. I don't cry like on his birthday anymore, or his death anniversary day anymore. But
yeah, I know all my family members who I didn't say is like, girl, what about me? Sorry, y'all. But those were just the 3 hardest. Yeah, those were the 3 hard. Not to take nothing from y'all, grandma and grandma and grandma, and then uncle and friends. God bless y'all souls.
I still have both of my grandmas. I love that.
I don't have any of my grandmas. My last grandma died last year when we went to DC.
Yeah. I see my dad's mom all the time, like multiple times a year. She lives in Maryland. My mom's mom, I haven't seen her since my 18th birthday. Oh, wow. It was I graduated high school on my 18th birthday. They were there for graduation. And
are both your granddads gone?
I only know. And then my siblings' grandma, she's still here, and I also consider her my grandma because that's the one I grew up with. My mom's dad is dead. I think my dad's dad is dead, but I don't know him. Never met him.
Both of my parents' fathers are dead.
Never met him before in my life. I don't even know that man's name. I mean, I know his name, but I don't know the man. If he's not dead, he can walk past me right now. So sorry to this man. I'm not idea who he is.
I never had a I never had a blood uncle. Really? My mom's brother died when she was little.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And my girl, I'm lying. My daddy got brothers. See,
let's you know what?
Let's just stop.
We're not about to branch this family.
You would think this was something other than water. Water.
It's water.
It's water, y'all.
So what's our ending conclusion about this? Family is what you make it.
Oh, what?
Life's what you make
where
it.
It's
so
like,
let's make it rock.
You given a family and then you get to make a family. Are you happy with the family you made?
I'm very happy with my children.
That's beautiful. That was a dumb question, because why wouldn't you be happy with your kids?
Because I'm CEO and president of Team FTK. I love them to death, though.
Boss and CEO.
I'm weak. But I am. I'm happy with the family that I am currently growing.
What's one thing, you already have a family, so I can talk. What is one thing that what's the word, y'all? Damn, it's late. Okay. And I haven't ate. What is one tradition that you want, let me try it again. What's one?
I guess I gotta do some editing. We were doing so good. I didn't have to edit nothing.
Fucking good.
I didn't have to edit nothing. I was doing great.
I'm sorry. What is one tradition that y'all did it in your family that you are passing down, or you are already passed down to your family now? The family that you made.
In my family, as in my household, nothing.
Yeah.
A tradition that I want to keep is Thanksgiving, but that's not that's my.
Y'all didn't do that with your.
I was always in Maryland for Thanksgiving.
Okay, so with your family that you, with your kids and stuff, you want to do like Thanksgivings and holidays stuff together.
Yeah, I want to do holiday, and I hosted Christmas last year, and I think I want that to be mine because I think Thanksgiving I'm gonna keep being in Maryland. I think I want to do.
You ain't grown enough to do Thanksgiving yet, girl.
I've done Thanksgiving.
Oh,
but it was just me and my ex-husband. But I want to do Christmas every year.
Okay. One for me is holidays too. Especially Christmas is my favorite holiday. We always do Christmas with gifts and everything. But one thing that I do want to do that I used to want my family to do, but they would never do it, is have big Sunday dinners with the whole family.
Yeah, I think that's
I
so
love
nice.
that. I think it's so cute. We will always cook a lot of food on Sundays, but it won't like everybody come sit down at the table and eat together. Yeah. I want to do that.
There's a tradition that I've been doing like the last couple of years, and I guess it's considered tradition now because I've done it multiple times. It's basically like first day of school. This week was first day of school.
Oh yeah, you do have kids in school. What grade are they in?
So oldest is in third. My middle child is in preschool. He just started. But since kindergarten, so it was like COVID 2020. I wake up, cook breakfast for the kids. I do the pictures. Like I make sure all that happens before we like send them off. And I've done it every year. And then this year I got it was like a new start because my son it's his official first day. My daughter's like, girl, we do this every year. But I woke up early. I made like a whole big breakfast for them. I actually cooked like hella food. Made sure we got dressed. I took them outside. We all took pictures, and that's what I want to. I have a little folder on my phone of like the first day of school pictures. I make them hold up their little sign. I want to keep doing it up until they graduate. And
that's something,
I have school pictures. I don't have like the first day or whatever.
And that's something they'll remember too. Because I was talking to my mom about that the other day. I still remember the first day of school every year. She would get up in the kitchen and make us breakfast, and we would eat that breakfast for winter school. We had toaster strudels, sausage links.
My first day of school memories is me getting my outfit out the night before and having to lay down my bed because I knew exactly what I was going to wear the first day of school.
Oh, it'd be so excited. You couldn't go to sleep.
I had to go to school. I had these fake ass Jordan 11s. It was pink and white. Bro, my outfit was fire. Oh, God, that outfit was fire.
Collared shirt. Polos.
Yes, and
did you used to wear the double polos?
Yes,
girl.
Definitely was in high school. Definitely layered my polos.
Not you was a suburban.
Okay, sure.
Oh my God, yeah, I was excited about school supplies. I was such a little geeky.
Oh my God, I love school supplies. I just found a whole box of school supplies. I know this doesn't mean anything, but oh my God, it just made me so happy. I seen them at the house. I was like, notebooks, pencils, paper.
Oh my God.
Crazy. But
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing.
Every time.
One more thing. If you're dating someone and they don't like your family, would that affect your relationship? Or you would just...
If I'm dating somebody and they don't like my dad, where the relationship isn't gonna go far. No. Let me take that back. Where I am currently with my family and how they are with me, anybody I start dating now that currently does not like my family, we probably won't make it. Because my family isn't the same dynamic as it used to be. My answer probably would have been different years ago. Right now, if you don't like my current family, then no, we can't.
What if they like your family, but your family doesn't like them?
Then I don't give a fuck.
Oh, which way? You don't care?
I wouldn't stop dating them because my family doesn't like them.
Yeah. I like you. It would be very difficult for me to date somebody who couldn't get along with my family. Yeah. Cause that would be just kind of weird.
Yeah.
You always got to be on, what's it called?
Like in your P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Walking on eggshells. That's kind of how it was in my last relationship. Huh?
What's a Q?
What do you mean?
P's and Q's. What is that?
They just say you got to be in your P's and Q's.
What does that mean? Periods and question marks?
Maybe. I don't know.
What is is that? We'll have to Google it, y'all.
Okay.
If y'all know,
But like
tell us.
my last relationship, like me and his brother get into a real big fight, and me like have to sit there and not say nothing because I didn't want it to ruin
their relationship
or a relationship that I was starting. Like, let me just
because it was new.
play it back. Yeah, but
what if it's something that happened like down the line, like y'all already dating, like 3-4 months in, and this big blow up happened?
I think it would depend on
who started.
Like, no, so say like I'm dating somebody and like we're doing really good and something happens between me and their family. I guess it would depend on how he handles that. Like,
okay.
Cause
like if he step up for you or
yeah, like, and if I'm clearly in the wrong, then it's like one thing. But if you can clearly see like, no, it's just like one of them things where, no, I'm gonna have my girl back on this, and that's gonna make me like, yeah, this my man. But if you automatically just taking your family side because that's your family, you're not even really listening. Then there's nothing I can do with that.
That's your family.
And that would still be vice versa. Like I'm not gonna automatically go up for my man because that's my man. I'm not go up for my family because my family. I'm going up for who's right and who's wrong in this situation. And if it's like a stalemate where I feel like y'all both on, then yeah, we need to figure this out.
I hope I'm never in that. I believe I have been.
It's not fun. Mm-hmm. I have been in it. I've been in it more than once. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. But
how did you handle it?
Well, you know.
Did you have to deal with one person being mad at you, or you were able to amicably fix something?
Well, you know, my parents didn't really talk to me when I was with Riddle.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So it's just. But that was there was also very good reason for that.
Yeah.
But it was things that happened within that made me dislike my family more because the way that they were handling certain things instead of handling the way that I wanted them to.
Handle it.
So that it would all kind of boil down to that. Like, we need to come to an agreement of how we're going to handle this. And if it seems like we can't meet somewhere in the middle, then the relationship is probably not going to last because I don't want to have to feel like I got to be fake around your family or I have to or I can't come around. Like you can go be with your family. You can, but I'm not invited because they don't like me for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Cause usually it be dumb shit like, why she always in the club?
Why she always talking like that?
Yeah. Why she curse so much or why she got that on or just anything. I'm just like.
It's like you've heard these things before.
That's what y'all worried about. Like I came here and I spoke and I'm being respectful, but. You mad because my shorts are short? Like I'm okay, you know. But I've also had people whose family, like, where you would think they would completely take their kid's side, and they 10 toes down for me. Like I talk to them more than I, still to this day, and the relationship is over. So it just
imbalances. It depends.
Yeah, it kind of depends.
Watch it be just my look. The first man I bring home, my family gonna hate him.
I don't think that. Because I don't think you would ever bring somebody actually home and actually have them meet your parents if you don't think they'll approve.
You have so much. You like me, don't you?
I do. I'm very fond of you.
I was gonna say you're very fond of me.
Don't make me fucking cry.
Oh. Let's shed some tears today.
So with that being said, family is what you make it. Regardless if you grew up in like a perfect household or one that was a little more rocky, it kind of shapes you to be who you are. Grow up, become an adult, figure out your own way, and that's kind of like the gist of it all. Like we have different familiar like backgrounds, and we are still who we're kind of destined to be in a way.
Oh, that's so cute.
I don't think we had any cancelable takes this week, so can we keep them?
We're gonna keep you.
Okay, so thank y'all for letting us keep them, this far because listen, I've been a little worried. But with that being said, make sure y'all comment, y'all like, y'all subscribe. Check the description box down below to find all of our social media handles. Y'all know you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you guys listen. All links will be listed down below. And we'll see y'all in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.